Hey, it's Andrew Huang, and Pusher's joining me to help today again. You don't know why we're here, eh? And that never works for you.
What do you have that I don't have?
So I had a second kid a few months ago, Dorian. I was like doing raspberries, right?
Yeah.
On his belly, makes him laugh. I was realizing you can raspberry a tone. Like you can, you know, if you go fast enough, it's a pitch, which means your lips are vibrating like crazy. And I was trying to think about what hertz would that be? Like how many hundreds of times per second are my lips just smacking each other to generate a tone?
This is a very you thing to be thinking.
Yeah, and I've been thinking about it for weeks. I want to record a bunch of different raspberries. Actually, probably the one that'll be the most interesting is like the highest I can possibly go. And then I guess we'll count in the actual waveform, like how many oscillations there are per second. And we'll try to make music out of it. I'll see like what the slowest possible one is that still kind of counts as a raspberry, and then I'll do the fastest I possibly can. Like at a certain point, you don't have enough power
You
to
can
actually
see the little waves.
make it happen. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna climb into where we feel like it is just discernible as an actual note. That's like the lowest note, right?
Yeah, I think we could. That's a definite pitch.
Okay, and now we'll do the highest one that I can. No, that's too wet.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, solid, like pretty consistent.
What is this? Like you're like trying to hit a pitch.
It's just that, you know, it helps. Diva finger.
Oh, we're cooking with fire now.
So let's count those.
You could also get into trumpet territory, like.
Oh yeah, that would be really high. I don't know if I'm good at. I was never a good trumpet player. Is it 53 hertz?
It should be a little sharp of A flat.
Why does it sound higher? I guess it feels like there are
Well, I mean, there's other.
overtones. And there is, like, we're not only looking at, obviously, a sine wave here. There is a pattern too, I mean, which makes sense, right? Look at these spikes.
Yeah, even like little dips and like a big hop up at the end. Maybe that's where your lip is like closing or something. Because every time your lip is like.
But we're gonna have to get the slow motion cam out for this. What I don't understand though is, like, to me, in my mind, it's just that sound over and over, right? Like, there's not that many different things happening, and yet we have this pattern of like.
Are you putting any hum into it at all? It's just
No, it's just pure. Wait, let's record just one and see what that looks like.
Yes.
We'll start with more and reduce it. Yeah.
Oh, I'm seeing a very familiar waveform. It's very quiet.
So there's a sound maybe when
you first break the seal.
Yeah, and then also when the lips come together again.
That is the same waveform though.
If we take this, and I don't know what, we would need 1/50th of a second.
This is the one that you just did, one single one, and I just made it the same length as one. This is a big moment.
Yeah, so there's a consistency.
I think that there's like a breath coming through, right, as opposed to just a...
Right, there's also a breath.
Yeah, way more breath comes through.
Let's do the trumpet one. Let's see what the hertz measurement is for one of the really high ones. Because that's like my lips not moving as far apart, but just...
And this is gonna be a half a second, so whatever this is, I'll double it. So there are 253 times 2, which is 506.
That is so many vibrations. Okay, here's what I was thinking for this track. I think we should take turns manipulating the sounds. You'll do some kind of weird sound designy thing. I'll do some kind of, we'll go back and forth maybe 3 times each.
Okay.
And make a track out of this. Hey, it's Andrew from the future. The track we ended up making with these sounds actually turned out so well. I'm excited for you to hear it, but I just wanted to take a moment to let you know about this book that I wrote. Make Your Own Rules. It's coming out February 6th, but if you pre-order it, you can get a whole bunch of bonuses, and that's if you order it in any format, the hardcover, audiobook, ebook. There's this spot on my website where you can check out all the bonuses and go here to enter your proof of purchase, and you'll immediately be sent $200 off my online course and 30% off any baby audio product, and you'll also be able to access an exclusive live streamed masterclass that I'll be doing next month. Only for people who've pre-ordered. I'll be taking your questions. I'll give some feedback on some people's tracks. Also, anybody who pre-orders is entered into a draw where you can win a bunch of stuff. We've got a Machine Plus from Native Instruments. We've got a Korg Wave State Mark II. We've got some pedals from Universal Audio, and there's a ton more stuff in the draw, so check it out. AndrewHuang.com/book. Thanks so much for your support. And now back to making some music.
We're professionals.
Oh, you're using the trumpet one?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a MIDI violin. Even just like resampling that reverb tail, that could be cool.
I'm with it. Yeah, that's sound.
Yeah.
That counts.
Sweet. Okay.
That's sound.
Out of context, like these sounds. All right, yeah, we'll take the speeding up one. Ooh. And like really pitch shift it.
He's got 2 kids now. This is what his music sounds like.
It sounds like a zipper.
Sounds like a zipper.
Like this might be one of those like high zippy noises that we could use as dubstep. That'll be an annoying sound effect for some part of the song, but then we also have this guy. Slowing it down, the individual ones sound wild.
Get to the chopper.
Yeah, it is helicopter-y.
Let's get this message to the front.
Okay.
That one sounds like a groovy little like, yeah, sort of a percussion to like play against the snare kind of deal.
Yeah.
I was gonna try to come up with a bass. Yeah, sure, what the hell.
Ooh. Ooh. Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
This is a high stress environment.
I don't even remember what round we're on now. Whoa. This part. This stuff going through that wave folder is pretty nuts.
This is gonna put Dorian right to sleep.
I want to just like see what happens if we use transit. It's just too easy. It's just too good. I just randomized with transit to like add effects. And now I've taken that whole recording, dropped it into a sampler and auto sliced it so that we can I don't know.
Sounds like sounds like a troll party.
There's something fun, but it's like it's just gone in a different direction than I hoped. It's got this like DJ scratch sort of vibe now. I just want to try like a more melodic bass line.
This is way more advanced. Oh, that's, you know what? That sounds kind of cool.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's fun. Automating the length of the actual looping of the raspberry.
Oh. Oh, cool.
Okay, well.
I'm gonna keep this minimalist and I'm gonna go for this echo. I love this sound.
That's cool.
I can live with that.
Going back to some of our original rasps. Everyone who's ever asked me to sample farts, like, here you go. We don't actually need to put a microphone anywhere near anyone's butt.
Wait, do you get a lot of requests for that?
You'd be surprised. All right, I want to do one final, like, more flowing lead line. We're going to take another chunk of raspberry here.
This is what professional musicians do. This is how we make our living. We're to be taken seriously.
Oh, that's something. It's weird how there's a zone where it's like real farty,
Yeah,
but then
yeah.
it's like trumpet.
Yeah, or a squirrel. Oh yeah, that's sick.
Right? Remember when, for some
That's
reason,
gotta be all
every
you
hit
can
had
do.
a saxophone in it somewhere? Those like 2 years?
Yeah, life comes at you fast.
We got that, and then we're going to duplicate this and do that weird low thing.
Finish him.
I'm on a different vibration, and I'm not playing the games, I'm shaking the foundation. I've been waiting, I've been patient, training since I was cooking up in the basement. I guess heat does rise, now I reach every nation, beam directly to brains, no TV station. And no lip service and no lies, the truth hurts, so I turn it into a basin. Math on checks or tracks, I carry that. The money must be dead to me. I bury stacks for a real bottom line. Transcribe the berry sacks. Fools follow the leader, but only to where he's at. You don't need the fads if you know how to play jazz. Marmalade on the dance floor, rouge like Baz. I move fast, still throw it back for all the fans. You know you'll never find something sweeter than a raspberry.